Whitey Bulger,
Yeah.
right?
Whitey Bulger, that was my porn
Yeah, there you
name,
go.
actually.
You like that? Uh-huh. He's played in a movie by Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
And he bumped up to the #1 FBI's most wanted list. And, everyone's looking for this dude. So I always assume that someone
Well, I wasn't looking for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, the FBI was.
Right.
So some people, but, that's not your job. Not your job. So he ends up being in Santa Monica. Because when I think of someone hiding out, I always think that they're going to be in some small Canadian town,
Right.
Or like a little villa in Mexico,
Yeah.
somewhere in Central America. And that's where they find all these guys. Argentina would be a good place
Right.
to hang out and lay low. But I talked to the Andrew Blankstein, who's been covering this for the LA Times, and I said, of all places in the world, why Los Angeles? And he said, because no one knows their neighbors, nor do they care.
Yeah. Big cities are the places. That's why the Witness Protection Program places people generally in bigger cities that are growing
Really?
big cities. Yeah.
So Vegas?
Like
all the ex-mobsters go to Vegas?
Well, Phoenix, a lot of,
Really?
for a time there, a lot of them were going to Phoenix, to Tampa, to places like that, which were bigger cities that were growing because of that same thing, because people don't, they're too busy in moving around, and as that happens, you don't know your neighbors as well. And certainly living in Los Angeles, we know that it's not necessarily, you know your neighbors, hello, but it's not a great interactive, pass a recipe across the fence thing here. So
yeah, no,
yeah.
But also there's, because that's what people who don't live in Los Angeles always go like, oh God, why are you living there? And I say it's for the anonymity, because no matter what I do, no matter who I am, no one cares. And even if they do care, they're not going to care tomorrow.
Right.
It's like this indifference of where you can be, an infamous mobster.
I still don't have an answer to that question. Just have to work on coming up with an answer to that question.
As to which question are we?
The why do you live in Los Angeles?
Yeah, no,
question.
exactly.
Yeah.
I just, because, yeah, right. You're like,
Yeah.
well.
Because my son lives there.
Right. Because my house is there.
Yeah, exactly.